Good morning, folks. How's everyone today? This is Will with K-Mac Vintage. Today is May 16th, Friday. Oh boy, bright and early here in Cayman. It's 7:54 a.m. and I'm already sitting on my bench doing some work. I have another, as you know, I have a lot of boards that I brought back with me, and so far I am two for two. So we're gonna go on to number three now, and that board is here on my bench, and it came in from a person by the name of Brian, and he asked for a recap and or get it get it to work. So and um, this one may be a little bit of a challenge in some areas because, as you can see, a mixture of caps were used when someone recapped this, and I need to go through very carefully and see what sort of damage might have been done because, as you can see, some of these are just soldered legs directly soldered onto the pads and so forth. So I'll have to remove all of that, all the other caps, clean it, and see what sort of damage there is to this board. And I'm assuming there is some damage already because this one is completely loose, and I don't even see pads. So I need to go and see now. The intention is to try to save this board as much as possible because it's um, it has sentimental value to the owner, and he wants to get the whole machine up and working. He also sent me the analog board and the power supply to make sure everything works well together. So um, let's jump on this and see what we can do. I mean, I want to take off all these caps that don't belong here, and then take off the rest before we go and see what all there is. Okay, so let's go to the scope. Um, I'm really a bit worried about this board because it's one of those that I can probably get it to work, but will it last? Because corrosion is going to continue. Yikes. Right now, I just want to get these off of here. All right, that's all of those. Oh boy. Boy, somebody's worrying me. Some of these black Vias really, black traces really worrying me. Mm. All right, let's get these three here off. These three here, I'm gonna use air. Just pop them off quickly. I'm focusing you up on the board, not on the capacitor that's up high. So sorry if there's some background noise. My ultrasonic cleaner is going off. Probably gonna pop. All right, this last one I'm gonna try to take off with my soldering iron because there's a label here, and I want to try not to damage that. Although that looks like a label someone just printed and put on there over the old serial number, and it looks like it's just paper. So it's probably gonna get ruined. Okay, there we go. All right. Now since we're here already at this one, let's get this one cleaned up. All right, let's go look at this bad one up here in front. This one has me worried. I know here there's a pad broken already. No doubt about that. It's on this side, you see, completely ripped. I need to fill up my alcohol bottles. At least that cleaned up nicely. This I can tap into there and get 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 the side I need. Unfortunately, that's not the ground side. So I do need to get that. I'm just checking out other traces here while I'm doing this to see. Okay, let's go over here to this one. Luckily, the ultrasonic cleaner stopped right now. I need to fill my two bottles here of alcohol. Give me 1 second here, and I'll be right back at it. All right. Okay, my two bottles are filled. Let's see what does it look like around here. My markings is all gone, but good thing is we know where positive is. Looks a bit rough down here. But again, that's just appearance. I think we're okay with traces there. Oh, second thought. Yeah, we're okay. We're all right there. Surprised his battery did not explode, but he said it was removed early in, so that saved it, I guess. Okay, let's move on to some other areas. Let's go to this one here. Just trying to clean out some of these vias. All right, let's scrape all this up. I run that through ultrasonic. A lot of these will clean out. My main thing here is to check for trace damage and how the cap anchors, the pads look. And see if you recall, these vias here looked very bad to begin with, and look how nice. Look how much better they're looking now. So we're pretty good here. Okay, let's go on to the next ones, which are these three right by the power connection. Here's where I'm worried. I'm going to zoom this out a bit because I want to be able to work on a larger area. Yeah, I'm trying to clean vias and all that at the same time. Whew, what a smell. Okay. When this happens, I see a lot of the white silk screen coming off. All right, we'll look at this in a second here, see how well this cleaned up. I got a feeling I cleaned it pretty well, pretty good. I need some more Q-tips. All right. Take a look here. You see some gunk in them, but like I said, with the ultrasonic cleaner, a lot of that will come out. Don't really see breaks, which is good at this point. Now we're gonna get into the battlefield. I mean, there might just be a lot of gunk with no breaks. I mean, definitely loose legs. See, look, all of these are loose. That one, I always say that 166 is the one chip that gets the most beaten. All right, let's clean up this spot. I need to cut this. Let's go ahead and pop this one off. I'm gonna pop off some more. The ones on each side of that, just to be sure. Okay. Lots of flux. Let's clean all that off. Let's get the good side first. Get all that dirty solder off. Wow, the clean solder doesn't even want to stick to those pads. Right, I'm gonna have to come in there with the wick. See, all those cleaned up nicely. The top, I got two that are giving me a little bit of issues there on top. This one and this one, but all these down here. All right, well, um, let's come in here and see what we can do. All right, one of those cleaned. The other one there cleaned too. I see one break. I think it's a break. One more pad. Okay. Let's give this a good clean with alcohol now. Or do I smell plastic burning? Oh, an area that looks so rough, now looks nice and clean. Let's take a look. Yeah, I see I'm a bit worried here. That's fine. Oh, let's get the multimeter, take a look. Yeah, I got nothing up here. These two definitely broken. Let's see where they go. Let's see if I can follow those. Yeah, like I expected these two here to be broken. I could see that when I was fluxing it, when I was using the width on it. If that's the only issue, we're lucky. Those will clean out with the ultrasound. See, all these that have dirt in them, like actually this or grunge or whatever, with the ultrasonic, it'll get all that out. All right, so we got that area there prepped. We know there are two broken traces to fix. Let's move on to this battlefield, which we will get to it right after I return from a little restroom break. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back here now. I'm going to, let's clean this off here. I know I got a lot of debris on this chip here. I'll probably end up taking this chip off anyway. It looks very rough. I want to take this 175 off. Ooh, what a smell. Let's go ahead and get this one off too. All right, let's go clean up all this area here. Can you all see that big mess? Oh my God, that's a mess. But let's go clean the mess. If you recall, when we first looked at this area was real bad. With some possible trace damage. That's why I decided to remove those chips. So I have a better area to clean and to view. I need to turn it because I don't want to melt those switches. I might remove this sound chip also. I have to see if I can salvage that. Instead, I haven't to remove it, but I may remove it because I can get a better cleaning. All right, let's alcohol this whole thing over. Let's pick up all this debris. There's one capacitor's in my way. There's it. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Let me remove this old wick. Get rid of these old caps. So far we have one pad to fix and two traces. Now let's go see what we find in here. I, I still feel a lot of flux on this. I'm gonna use some flux remover. All right. I saw this black spot here, but and no, we're okay. And that's the reset line. So that goes to pin 40 on that ASC chip. Aye. Okay, well, good. So far, all there we seem good. Right there, I'm worried. Yeah, definitely break there somewhere. And this one too, pretty black. Oh, that one good. Let me open a spot where I can test that one. That comes from here. I'm good to there, but I think I'm broken from here to here somewhere. In here. Oh, that doesn't go through, so I need to go through to the other side there. That's good. Alright, so here, here, here. This looks rough, but it's worked. It works. So all right, so let's zoom in and see if I'm right. Yeah, definitely a break right there. All right, there's my brake. Okay, so that one I gotta go through there and connect it to the other side. This one is definitely a brake here. So one, two, three. And I have those other two in the pad. So that's not too bad. Okay. Um, I want to find that V on the other side. I wonder if it's that one. No, that's too far over. I'll have to see if that one was it. I don't think it would have cleared up that easily. Huh, that was it. I know this wire is too thick, but it's. Let me just see if it will go through. Yep, that was it. Lucky me. Wow. Wire is really not too thick. I could use it. Can't believe that's it. Wow, and it cleared up so fast. I just hope that doesn't go to anything in the middle of the board. All right, so I got it secured on that side. Still a lot of debris in that hole. Or no, no, that's okay. Good. That all that filled up with solder. Look at that. So if it's making contact in the middle somewhere, then that's good. All right, now I need to. Well, there's already a little bit of solder there, so we're gonna come and secure this wire now. Okay, I I only wanted solder over here, but see, it's all secured. It's all good. Okay, that one is good. Let me see if I have enough flux there to thin that a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna leave a little bit of this long like this. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and thin that. It didn't stick. Okay, that's stuck. That's two fixes. And now my next fix is up here. Okay. Oh boy, all those chips moved, but it's alright. I know what they are. Okay. We have those three fixed. Let's clean this up. Mm, use some flux remover first and a toothbrush. Why is meter acting up? It's taking so long sometimes to tone out. Alright. So we were here. I'm not sure where that runs to. Okay, but we should be good here now. And we are. And now this one here should be good. This is what I'm saying. The meter takes too long sometimes to tone out. Okay. Alright, those should be all those fixes. I have these two up here to do. So what I want to do first is put down a little bit of solder on here so then things can stick. That's good. Get another piece of wire here. Drop it on here. I'll come and clean that up. Okay. Now this one here where I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna leave this a bit long. So I have a little bit here that I can move around if I need to for this leg. All right, now we come and do the next one. Mm. All right, I'm gonna leave this one a little bit long too. Okay. Let's give that a little clean. Those come somewhere way over here. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, that one goes here. Yeah, see, so now I have contact. And the other one probably goes here. And those are the two video RAM addresses. Yep. So we're good. Okay. So now my next step is to start putting things back on this board. But I need to get going. I need to go take a shower and get ready, and I have to be somewhere soon. So I'm gonna pause this video. I'm gonna be out and about doing some things, and then I will come back later, folks. Okay. All right, folks. I come back to this board for a little bit. I don't have much time, but I want to take off some chips here just to check under them and clean and so forth. So one of them is this. Let me zoom this out. One of them is this Apple Sound chip. I want to take that off. I got a feeling something underneath it is not good. So that's this one coming off. Okay. I want to take off the SCSI chip also. which is this one right here that I'm doing right now. I want to try to do everything possible to save this board. I want to, but if the traces become where there are too many, then it's not worth it. But so far we're okay. Mm, that fuse came undone too. If anything, I can always replace that fuse. This fuse right here came off, and I don't like these. They're I don't know much about them, so I guess that's why I don't like them. So my concern was some fuses, some traces that are here, and this one here, but that looks all right. All right, let's actually clean this up, and then we'll have a better idea what's going on. Give me 1 second. I need to check on my dog that I put outside. See, this is the bad side, and I can tell right away. Oh shoot! Need to be careful I don't melt that. I touched it a little bit. The tight areas here to work on. See, back here and on the side here, we're not too bad. It's this side here that is right adjacent to these caps. All right, I'll come back and clean that off in a minute. Let's get this one. So far cleaning pretty good. All right. Okay, let me clean this off now. Alcohol. Let me. Sorry, you're not gonna see it on camera. It's I can put one of them on there. Yeah, this one. I got some traces here I want to check. What about this one here? I can see it this far away. That I mean, it has me a little bit worried. All right, let's go to this other one. All right, let's go check out some traces now. Let's see what we can find out. I am gonna zoom in, so yeah, y'all can see pretty good. All of those look good. Okay, see, at least here it goes past that and goes under here, so I know that's good. This is that bad trace I was worried about, but it seems okay because I'm getting, it's going to the swim, it's going to pin, I think here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to 4. Oh, they look okay. I mean, all right. Well, they look okay to me. So let's take a look and see how the chips look. This is the sound chip. That's pretty good. And the SCSI. See there? Those are the ones I was worried about. Because that's how it sat in there. You see, they're the black ones. So we're gonna clean this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm bubbling that debris loose and out of there. Feel that bubbling? That moves the gunk out. You can see all the gunk there. Okay, now I'm gonna take my toothbrush and some alcohol. Hold that again. Okay, so we can see how all that gunk came out. Still some of it in there. See, but it's not like it was. Okay, so I'm happy with how that one cleaned up. Need to clean up this side a little bit. Okay. All right, so on the SCSI chip, I'm not too worried. That looks okay down there, so we're gonna put that one back. I might remove that fuse and just put a new one because it's gonna be in my way for me to solder it. All right, so we're gonna solder this one back on. Orientation is this way. My favorite chips to solder back a PLC. They're right. If the pads are good, I don't mind it. Ah, that's why my temperature was wrong. I can tell right away that it's not flowing right. When you get used to a certain temperature and the flow of the solder, and it's any different than that. Oh my God. It moved a little. Uh, it's gonna go on like this now. All right, let's see if I can handle it with that fuse there. I think so. Yep, I got it. Okay, that chip is on there. Let me just, I'm gonna bring this off the edge where I can see good. This is the side a little bit off, but it's all right. They're all touching. They're all holding. Okay. Let's go now and see about the Apple Sound chip. Yeah, we can put that back on there too. Not worried about that one. Okay. These three that I took off, the 393, the 166, and that 253, I may put on new ones. Matter of fact, I think I will. Now again, keep in mind, it may look out of focus, but up here on top, but it's the board that I'm focusing on, not the chip. I need to be somewhere at 2:30, but it's just down the road. It's 2:09 right now. I just gotta run to my mother's house, meet the contractor there to do some work on the house. Okay, that two sides done. Three sides. Four sides. Okay. All right, I need to clean this up because I need to bring out some solder paste. And for that, I need this to be clean and dry. Okay, so I got two traces here that I fixed. One, two. Um, looking for something specific. There they are. There's the open one. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah, I fixed a trace over here too. There was three over here in this area. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this board outside in the sun while I go to my mother's to meet the contractor. And then by the time I come back, this is nice and dry and ready for the rest of the stuff to go on. Because I'm going to put this out in the sun, I can cover a lot more area, and I don't need to worry about the light. Oh, I didn't clean over here. But over here, those are fine. That's not bad. Okay. So, folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video again. I'm going to run to my mother's and do this thing and then come back. And this board should be ready. Okay? I'll be back shortly. All right, folks, I come back. I just brought the board back inside from outside, and I gotta say, getting a suntan out there really helps. This actually Caribbean sun is amazing. It's very hot, and all this is nice and dry. Very well done. Just up here, those are my two wires for there. So we can start putting some of these things back. I want to check these chips before, because I may not put the same ones back. The 175s I may, because I don't have many of them. But let me clean these first. I made a nice tall glass of iced coffee. Mm. In this heat, it's nice to have that. Mm. If there is some background noise, I apologize for that. That's the ultrasonic cleaner cleaning a board. Cleaning the board for the person in Sweden. I already cleaned it a couple times, but I don't like how it's turning out. So I run it through the ultrasonic cleaner again and again and again till all the flux. And sometimes I just let it sit there in the heat, in the hot water, or in the hot solution. Because letting it sit in the hot water gets it, loosens up all the old flux. That leg is very bad. I may have to switch this one. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that one. I'll have to switch it. Let me clean this up and we'll do the next one. This one looks okay, so this one I'll go ahead and solder the way it is. Alright, so let's put on this 175. We'll do this back one first. So do we think this board is going to fire up? I think so. I think I'll get a little bit of life out of it. I'm not sure. I don't know if it will work fully. But I feel comfortable enough that it will give me something. Okay, so that one is up there. Luckily, I have these chips I need right here. What else do I need? I need, that's, no. 253. I think these are my 166. Yeah. I will need those two later. Oh, I need a 393 also. All right, in here are some other 175s I've taken off of other boards, and I think these are good. We'll find out. I am over here. Okay, this has two traces that I fixed. What's happening is that I'm not seeing solder sticking to this leg, but it's on there. Yeah. Okay, I got it now. All right, so that's all on. All right, shall we put on this 26 LS LS30? Nice cold iced coffee. All right, my chip legs here look a little bit. What I do is I bring out a little bit of sandpaper. You see, and I sand that a little bit. Basically, that gives me a nice clean surface. Those other sides are good. It's just the side that the caps were that caused the leak. So now when I go solder that on, it has nice clean surface to stick on. And these chips are a bit difficult to solder. How I normally do it is I will go like this, and then I slide it back in place there. Wow, I'm surprised. Amazingly, on this on a real board, you have more pad. Oh, this is sweet. I never took one of these off of an original board and put them back yet. So I've always worked with a reloaded board, and those the pads are small. Oh, okay. So I've done a board for Sweden. This one is for Canada, actually. This is someone in Canada. Um, I did say the first name, Brian. So, and I'm only going to use the first name. Okay. So now let's go do these other chips. But before that, I want to try to take out these because they're in my way. And this is the ground plane. Man, a lot of captive smell. Oh, that's the drawback with rescuing an old board. That cap juice leaked everywhere. Yeah, I can see the solder becoming loose. Well, I pushed it through. I want to see if it has a hook on it. No. So it should come straight out. I don't want to damage that trace right next to it. All right, well, let's do it then from the other side because I don't want to damage that trace. And on the other side, there is no trace. Do you see what I mean about a big ground plane? Okay. This is out. Now let's see if I can get that hole cleared up. Yep. Okay. Let's go put these on. I'm gonna put on a new 253 chip. I need to go get the 393s, and I'm gonna put on a new 393 also. Okay, that's the ultrasonic stopped. Ultrasound cleaner. Ultrasonic. Over here, there's no trace repair, but still, that old chip looked rough. Okay. LS 253. And the next one is the 393. Let me go get that one. I don't want to do the 166 yet. Let me go find my 393s. 393s, right? All right, what do we have after this? After these chips, then we got caps to put on. Okay. The reason why I wanted to do the 393 first because I don't have those wires there to deal with on this. The 166 I do. So my temperature dropped again. I must have hit the button. I can tell right away. Okay. Now I need to get these two wires as straight as possible. Okay. And let's get out a new 166. I'm trying to get it. Okay. We're good. Now all I gotta do is trim those wires. They attach to that one trace right there. Okay, because I already cut that one, so. Okay, now I can come and cut it. Okay, there we go. Let's give this a little bit of clean here. So we have the original 390. No, we have a new 393. Well, all three of these are new. That's right. Yeah. Beautiful. I won't say factory like factory work, but I hope this crystal's not damaged. But if anything, I have them that I can put here. This is new on there. All right, let's get these caps put on because that's where we're at now. I have no more chips to put on. Just some caps. So let me get the caps that we need. All right. Let me put down flux where all these gotta go. All right, this one I go ahead and pop down where it goes. I'm just busy placing them on the board. All right, let's solder these down. Now if this don't fire up, then what I gotta do is maybe do the matrix. The matrix is where I check the data lines to see where they all go in the address lines, and it's something to make sure there's no broken trace somewhere else. All right, those 5 are done. Let's go do these. We're soon going to be able to test. Okay. All right, now we got the 2 in front, the one by the RTC chip, and the one that's got the broken pad. This is the one by the RTC. That one done. Now we have this one. Now this is the one that I need to see what I'm gonna do here. So what I was thinking with this is that I had enough room to connect it, but I don't know. It barely. I think I do. I just need to scrape the solder mask off of that and give me a nice big surface. All right, let's go see what we can do. That side is down. That side is down. Yay, we got it. But I never had any doubt on that one. Did not have any doubt. I knew that would work because I've done it before. Now I want to put in this axle that I took out. I did not take out the other one yet. I'll fix your focus in 1 second here. So it's right here. Okay, no. That one already went through. Okay. And you see, even though that other board finished in the ultrasonic cleaner, I still have it sitting in there for a while. I just wanted to soak up some more heat, and then I'll run it again. I'm just trying to get, there's a lot of residue flux still around some of the chips, and that's what I'm trying to get off. Don't see any trace damage around here. All right, let's put this one in. Now, when I put these in, I bend it in such a way that the information, the values, are shown on top. So let me come from the bottom. I don't. And guess what time it is after this? Beer 30? No, I got my coffee. Testing time. Is this going to work? All right, let's start putting some of this stuff back away. Flux can go there. This can go in the garbage. I'm making some room on the bench for my test stuff. I wanted to test one thing. I can switch cameras for that. Remember I had that fuse that came off? Okay, I have continuity. Okay, we're good. Told you I got a big cup of iced coffee. I don't know. Today was just one of those hot days. It was just crazy hot. All right. All right. So we've done everything on this board here. I need speaker. I'm gonna need a ROM. Need some blink RAM. Let's make sure we've done everything. I know I haven't cleaned it since the caps were put on, but that's fine. All right, blink RAM. Let's see how this RAM goes in here. I did notice there was some tissue stuck in this one. So these are the plastic sockets. Pretty good so far. That one's a bit loose. I put the non-blink one first. It's okay. A bit loose. If anything, I may have socket problems. Okay. All right, so before I even do meters, our Macometer, if you don't have one yet, it's just an old thing that plugs into the floppy back here, like that, and gives you your 5 volts, 12 volt, and your negative 12. On the SE30, we're not going to have negative 12. This is the SE30 or the SE. It works on both. Compact card. So this replaces your whole analog board. Okay, basically that's what it is. It replaces the whole analog board and the power supply and the video circuitry. Okay, because this will give you HDMI out. This is a RGB to HDMI built onto the board. See, the chip and everything is down here. This is integrated into it. All right, and then this is just a Raspberry Pi running the RGB to HDMI software and creation from actually Ian B. Okay, so are we gonna have anything? Let's see. I have a slow memory thing, so more than likely there's still a data line somewhere that's not working. But the nice, maybe, RAM sockets. That that's my problem. I guarantee you. Yeah, look, RAM sockets are bad. That's the only thing left. Let's put a video display on this. So I'm gonna bring out my little RGB, my little HDMI display. Let me move this out of the way and this out of the way. I'm gonna put this over here. Plug this in. All right, I do have video issues, as you can probably see, but I'm getting some chime, and I have a pointer up there. And I have so I still have some broken traces somewhere, and I think it's going to be leading to the 393, the 166, and in that area. I think it's going to be in there. I probably still have something in there that's not right. Something that's going to the video RAM that is not good. So I'm going to have to pin this out with the matrix, but at least we're getting some sign of life. And I do think we got RAM issues. Okay, so there is RAM issues and something with that, but I'm gonna show you all. Where did I put it? For that, I need to take off this cover. I don't know if it will go in with the battery there. Um, this guy, this holds the ROM, and then this goes in the ROM socket like that. I'm gonna undo this, and this is gonna tell me what data lines. Okay, all data lines are going to the ROM. I'm gonna hold on here. Let me put on my Droid cam. All right, hold on here. Let me see if I can get my Droid cam here to come up and work. Okay, yes, there it is. Okay. Um, Let me switch this around. So you have an idea of what that RAM is doing, that card that I added that has the ROM plugged into it. You see, watch. See, so all of my data lines are showing up and my address lines are there too, and they're blinking. So I know everything is going to the ROM. See? Now from there, I need to figure out where it's not going. Somewhere it's not getting to some certain chips. But that's an easy find. That's just a little bit of toning out, and I'll have that in no time. So, what do y'all think of this little card, huh? Nice, huh? Watch again. And they are available on our website. Well, did I add them? No, I didn't add them yet because I just got these yesterday or a couple days ago. So, yesterday I got them, yeah. So I'm gonna um, make some and put them on this on the store. Okay, there it is. Look at that. So this and a macrometer. Again, this again shows my issue though that these lights only reflect those those points coming to the ROM socket. Okay, so if you have it broken somewhere else down the line on another area on the board, which is what I think is the problem, this is not going to help you. This is not going to show you that it's broken somewhere else. Okay, and that's the thing with a lot of these other diagnostic cards that are coming out and being made, is that it only shows you to that point where it is accessing those data lines or address lines and so forth. Okay, so be aware that this is only more for show and tell, really. I mean, if there was a problem with a data line here, I would see it. Okay, but because they're all coming on and all of the address lines too are rotating and active, see that? I feel confident that it's not something here, something further. Okay, so let me switch back to my desk cam here. Where's my mouse? Okay, so at least y'all can see that I think I think it's a it's an address line. Well, it's something going to the video RAM, okay, because everything else is working. I'm just missing chunks and that. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna tone this offline, and then I'll come back and tell you all exactly what I found. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a very quick find, and um, I'll bring back the information y'all need in a little bit. Okay, be back. All right, folks. I've come back on this board for this person, Brian. You remember I was getting some very bad lines on the screen. Got a mosquito flying around in here. Anyway, I was getting some very bad lines on the screen and wasn't happy with it. And so I went and I changed all of these, the ones that I didn't do before. So I went and changed the other 393. I changed three of these 253s, and that did not solve my problem. I went and tested all these pals from a different board, and I still had the same problem. So the only thing really, I even tested a different ROM, video ROM, and still the same thing. So the only thing that was left to do were these two, and that is the video RAM. Even though all the traces and everything tested okay, I took out the old chips and I put in some sockets, and I have some new chips. I don't have many of them. I need to order some more. Um, so I put that in there, and then um, here comes the power. We have chime, and come on, the HDMI is acting up. There we have a nice clean screen now. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it back off. I'm gonna connect this SCSI. Oh, that one doesn't have the card in it. Cards up here. Well, you know what? Let's just connect this whole internal one. And we should get, there we are. I don't know if it's gonna boot. Well, it should. Because I still think these RAM sockets are a bit bad, but anyway, it's working. I mean, it's booting up. There we go. Look at that. It's gonna give me that volume issue problem, but because one of the volumes I'm using is bad, and I don't have the mouse connected right now. But we're booting, folks. That's it. I mean, this board is saved. It's working. I mean, I still got to do some more tests to it. I'm going to run tech step on it and these other stuff because I need to make sure those LS sports, those 26 LS30s are good, the 175s and all that. Um, so um, I'm going to put the screen over here. Well, matter of fact, I'm going to disconnect it right now for a minute. I'm going to take away the screen completely because I don't need it for what I'm going to do. I don't need SCSI either. I don't need that either. I don't need audio either. 'Cause I'm gonna bring the text up now, and we're gonna connect that and see. I mean, how many video RAMs? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9. I've got 9 chips left. So I do need to order some more. So let me grab the text step. I do gotta say, my tech step recreations are now sold out. I sold the last one today, just a little while ago, actually. Um, so I'm very happy that's gone. Um, don't know when I will do another run on them. I'll have to see. I'll have to speak with Max and see what I can do. If he's willing to do some more of the reprogram some more of those chips, if I can still get all the chips and everything. I mean, and I just don't know if there is a demand for it. It's okay. Right. A box of Q-tips. 3, 3, 2. Power on. Terminate. I love if it connects and it goes through and everything passes. That would be a dream. Connection, yay! All right, let's run all tests. All so 3, all. So this board is good. Then Brian, your logic board is good. And then tomorrow I'll work on your analog and your power supply. I'll have to bring down a case of mine and take all those out and test it. I haven't worked on an analog board in a long time. I need to check and see if I have a cap kit. I may have to order capacitor kits for those two. And if I do, then that's gonna push that back a little bit. But at least your logic board is working. Via clock, all that should pass. PRAM, SEC. SEC I took off and put on, so it should. No. Yes, I did. Did I? Yes, I did take out the SEC chip. No, I took off the SCSI and the Apple Sound chip. I didn't take out the SEC. This is where sometimes I get failures. Most of the time with the tech step. Fail, you see? I knew it. So I got problems with either the SEC, the LS, or the 175s. All right, so let's do the other ones manually. SCSI, pass, swim, pass, FPU, pass, sound, should pass, pass, and 4 ADB. I took off both of those SEs, both of those LS. No, just one LS I took off. Or did I take them both off, y'all? I can't remember. ADB passes. So the only thing that failed was the SEC. So let's run that again. I gotta say, those of you that have bought the 2C, the A2C DVI adapter board, yeah, you see, it's modem, it's the same thing. I bet you it's the LS chip, because this thing had a lot of damage with that LS chip. But I did take them both off and no, I took off this one. I didn't take this one off. And those 175s. See, these were 175s that were already previously used. So they might be bad. So I may switch those out and see. But in the meantime, let me go see my solder work. Maybe I did something not good and I may switch out those 75s. I see a little flake of solder here. I mean, that looks. This is the one for the modem. Now my problem could also be this 175 right here. This is the one that I had to go in this via with the trace break, and it could be something internal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's pin 12 on UB12. On UC12. Let me look at the schematic for 1 minute and see. So these two RAM chips are bad. I'm just looking at the schematic here. UC12, pin 12. Pin 12, they say is GCD, connected to pin 4, which is then connected to the other one, pin 12, which is PU, which then goes to 8530, pin 9. Let me see if on the board that I have that happens. So this 12 should be connected to this 12. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this 12. I need to get new leads, man. These cables are messing up on me. Yes. So, and this should go to SEC 9. Intact 8530, pin 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right here. Yep. Yep. So if I'm going to 9, then that trace is good then. That trace is good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. 18 and 19 on the SEC. 18. The other thing it could be is my resistor network. These guys up here. You're trying to see which one this is going to, RP3, RP2. So that goes to RP2 pin 12. I need to get new leads. I'm just checking my resistor values here on these resistor packs. E12. I'm thinking what to do. I'm thinking what to do. If it's 175s or the LS30s. It's easier to swap out the 175s. That's just two chips to just swap out and see. Okay, so anyway, let's. What I'm thinking of doing is just doing this first one here because that's the one without the traces, without the trace repair underneath, and just put a new one instead of a used one that I have here. Wait a minute, this is a new one. This is from 22. This is the old one. Alright, well, let's take off the old one. Hopefully I don't mess up my trace repair. Alright, where are my 175s? I don't have many of these left. Alright, this one is a completely different. All right. Boy, this chip looks rough. That chip got a beating from that. I don't need to test audio again, so I'm not gonna connect that. It's booting up every time. I mean, the lights are coming on good, so I think I may not have ROM socket problem. Communication established, so at least that's talking. I may switch that other 175 also because I don't think this is gonna pass. If not, then I gotta go to the see. Let's switch that other one. It's a quick solder thing. So if it is the 26 LS30s, then that will be a tomorrow job. I'm tired. At 9, it's already 9:30 over here. Let's take this off and we'll put on another one. I think I gotta jump onto Mauser and order some things. The way I'm going through some of these, I don't have enough for all the boards I need to fix. All right, sorry, I got that fixed and I just realized I did it off camera. I apologize for that. I forgot to switch cameras. That tells you I'm tired. SEC test. Yeah, it's gonna be the LS30. You know what? I can't go to bed having this on my head. And these are a bit easier to solder on than the ones from the reloaded boards. I'm just gonna replace them both. I have NOS of these, so all right, there we go. Let's do a little bit of clean here because I need these nice and smooth. And of course, you couldn't see anything I was doing there, but you can now. All I'm going to really do right now is just run some new clean solder over these pads. Okay, now I'm going to come with my wick and clean all that up. All right, let's zoom in and see if we have any trace issue. Can you see that good? Oh yeah, you can see that perfectly. Okay, that one is all good. I mean, there's not much here being used. Yes, this board still needs to go through the ultrasonic cleaner, so it's gonna look like hell. But you see, this is the one thing I'm worried about. You see, this here is pin 18 on the chip that handles the edgy handshake. And if I follow this, it's this trace that looks real bad. It comes all the way to here. And I toned that out, so it did tone out, so it's fine. All right, let me get Let me get two new 26 LS30s. Think if I'm gonna do a AliExpress order or a UT source, I gotta get some more chips here. All right. All right, where did that go? Oh. All right, sorry about that. I had a phone call come in that I had to take. So, anyway, all right, let's get this chip soldered on here. These won't take long to do. They're nice and clean and good chips. So, okay, one side left to do. All right, that's one. We now do the other side. Well, we do the other chip, not the other side. Sorry about that. All right, so those are all on. Let's clean this off and then we can inspect it. Same time I'm there inspecting, I'm gonna inspect this SCC chip to itself. Make sure it's not the problem. All right, here we go. Okay, now the last side. All right, I don't see any problems. I'll give this a shot. Um, I need my analog board replacement, the best invention we've made. Great tool to have because you can either plug it right into the board or you can use an extension cable and have it off. And you don't have all this big stuff on your desk. Communication established. 3. We go to SEC. I'm turning off soldering iron because I'm not soldering no more after this. And I think this time it will pass. No! Oh! So I probably still have a broken trace. I probably still have a broken trace somewhere that it's internal or something and it's not finding it. Oh boy. Could it be the SEC chip itself? I'll take that off tomorrow and clean it and check under it and see if maybe there's a broken trace underneath it and then go from there. But I'm not going to do any more tonight. I'm going to put this video out there as part 1 and we will continue tomorrow with some more of this. I know my hair is a mess all over the place here. But anyway, folks, thank you. This is over 3-hour video, and I did not plan for it to be this long. This is longer than an actually reload, but there was quite a lot of work that we did on this board. I mean, the board was in bad shape, and we have it booting up. So I will see what I can do with this SEC chip tomorrow. Maybe taking it off and cleaning and putting it back will solve the problem. A lot of times it does because right now I got 2 new 175s, 2 new 26 LS30s. I don't think it's the resistor packs because those tested okay. Um, so the SEC chip could be. But anyway, we'll deal with that tomorrow. So I want to thank you all. If you all did watch all of this, thank you so much. If you skipped through it, thank you for also. Any little bit helps. You can find me on kmacvintage.com and on X as kmacvintage. There's a lot of good stuff in our store and more things being added and actually stock being replenished. Um, ROMs and ROM programmers are now available. The SC compact card is available. I know it's a bit pricey, but it is. I mean, the actually creator of the RGB to HDMI is getting a small amount also for his work and to entice him to keep on working and doing more. So he is getting a small commission for each one sold. The Pi and this chip back here are a bit pricier. Um, so yes, it is up there. Apologize for the price being like that, but there's not much I can do about that. And then beyond that, thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. I will definitely be back and working some more. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.